that like, love over every. Hit that like, hit that like, love over every. Hit that like, hit that like, love over every. Hit that like, hit that like, love over every. Hit that like, hit that like. J&B family, let's go. J&B family, let's go.
What's up, J&V family? It's your boy Jay, and I'm back by popular demand, giving you guys my recipe for the Southern style navy beans. Man, I'm telling you guys, the first time I made these, it was amazing, and I just had to come at it again, and this time I kicked it up a notch. I'm not gonna lie, guys, but everything you need is right there in the very forefront of this video. Now, getting into this process, man, you know you got to clean your meat. So no matter where you get your meat from, always bring it to the sink, get it cleaned up, rinse it off, get it cleaned up, and get it ready for the pot. That's always the first and foremost of any cooking process, is that you want to make sure you're dealing with clean utensils, clean hands, clean everything, guys. So keep it clean, keep it clean. Now, as you can see right here, guys, I'm dumping my smoked pork neck bones in my water right here. But as you can see right here, guys, this is where I kicked it up a notch. Although my stuff was already smoked, I bought it smoked, man, I threw it on this grill, you know. So, you know, put a little bit more, if it already had a little bit of smoke, hey, a little bit more smoke can't hurt it at all, you know. So that's what I was kind of missing out of the first round of me cooking these beans, guys. I really, although I use smoked meats, I just didn't get that smokiness that I wanted to get from it. So that's the step, that's the extra step that I kicked in. Now, by no means do anybody have to do that. That's just if you want to really bring that smoky grill goodness into your beans. But if that's not, if you're not interested in that, and of course, you're going to get a little bit of smokiness just from buying, of course, like you see here, the smoked ham hocks and your smoked pork neck bones. But again, I really wanted to bring it this time, guys, for my second time making this dish. And I can't lie to you, when you see the end product, I mean, it was just absolutely amazing. So here we are back at the grill, throwing everything on, throwing them smoked ham hocks on there. And as you can see, it's rolling real nice. Them sausages over there looking good, making y'all want some. I already know. Come on over, guys. I got plenty. So here you go. Here you have the finished product of about 4 hours, 250 degrees on the Pit Boss pellet grill. This is what you get right here. Only thing I did to this, guys, is I sprinkled a little honey garlic rub on there that I bought from Walmart. I set it on there and I forgot it. So there you go. Get your pellet grill. So now we're going to get into the nitty gritty of this, guys. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my beans in my colander here. I may take out a few discolored beans or something like that, but you know, other than that, there's no real, you know, I guess it just depends on what brand you buy. So, but this is, you know, the brand that I got from Walmart, and needless to say, I picked a few, you know, maybe discolored beans out of there. So, but other than that, I really didn't have to take very much out of it. So From there, you know, you always, I told you from the very beginning, you just got to make sure that your things are clean. So I took them over to the sink and I started the water on them, and I'm letting those boys rinse. That's all we got going on there. So nothing really to see, but to know to, again, clean everything, you know, and make sure that you got a good product ready to go to the pot. Because one thing's for sure, you don't want to make, you know, a soup type dish that got a bunch of gunk and junk in it. That's one of the main reasons why you clean those neck bones up good too, guys, because when you go to put these things into your pot, it really does make a difference. So here are your next steps. Right here, all I'm doing is I put my neck bones in the pot, of course, and I'm just pouring that whole bottle of chicken broth into the pot. Now, of course, after this, I'm going to get me a pitcher of water, and I'm going to top off my pot until surely I get the neck bones covered up real good. That's the goal there. And you can, I mean, again, depending upon how much beans that you plan on making, you kind of want to make enough, or know that you're making enough broth for whatever, or the amount of beans that you're making as well. Because this stock that's going to come off of these bones here, guys, is really, I think, what did it for my dish this time. And I think it's part of what does it all the time, I guess. But, you know, here it is. So again, what I was really going for right here is that, you know, it would extract that smokiness from the grill right off into the broth that I'm finna do here, and that it would go directly over those beans and just really bring it this time. And that's exactly what it did. So again, guys, with these neck bones turned on now, the only goal I have there is to cook those for an hour. I got them turned up pretty high because I wanted to get the boiling pretty fast. So until it starts to boil, guys, I'll turn it down to probably medium high, and I'll let that thing roll for an hour. No more, no, we don't need any more than that, guys, because we don't want to just boil them down so hard that they just fall off the bone material. We're putting them in the crock pot, you remember, so it's going to do that anyway. But again, I lied to you guys. I did take another step this time that I didn't do the first time as well. And I'll talk about that in just a minute. So, got your neck bones going. Still got my beans over there in the sink, and like I said, just had them rinsing up over some water, just sitting there at this point. And now I'm coming over here, and it's time to work up this bacon, guys. So what's any dish without bacon? Let's be real. You cannot have any good dish without bacon. Who gonna argue with me? I'll wait. No, guys, I know that certainly there's a lot of people out here that don't eat pork and things like that, and so this whole thing then turned them off. And I guess if that's the case, you probably ain't watching this video anyway. But for the people that have tuned in and you looking at this and you are, you know, you love it, even if you just like it a little bit, because I won't lie to you guys, we don't eat a lot of pork in our household either. We used to, but we don't anymore. But now, you know, man, like I said, to put this bacon, add bacon into this dish, again, that's just another one of those things for me, I feel like takes it to the next level. So this is just some pecan smoked bacon that I'm chopping up into maybe 1-inch pieces, I guess, maybe a little bigger than 1 inch in some cases. And then I'm gonna throw it in that cast iron. I'm gonna fry it down, and we gonna see, or I'm gonna let you guys see where I go with it next after that. So that's all we got going here. It's just going ahead and mincing down this bacon so that we have nice bite-sized pieces that we can enjoy by the mouthful. Don't that sound good already, guys? I know y'all mouth watering and y'all just ready to fast forward to the end of this video and really just see what these things looking like. But I encourage you to hang in there, watch every second of this video, and if you're gonna do anything, pause it right now, like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment on what you think about this recipe. Man, y'all said y'all wanted it. Now talk to me about it. You heard me. But guys, I really enjoyed making this video for you guys, me and my wife and my family for that matter. There she is right there. There go the missus. But in any regard, guys, man, we love y'all. We love that you guys tune in, and we love that you guys, that the guys that are reaching out and letting us know what kind of content you want from us. Man, we just ask that you keep doing that. So with all that being said, much love, guys, and keep throwing us your support every day. Get our subscriber count up there, guys. We want y'all to just spam us, guys. Take this thing to the next level. You know, only y'all can do that. You know, it costs you nothing to subscribe, and then you get to see what love over everything is all about. Man, I tell you this, love is, if you want to show love in any capacity, I think cooking is always a magnificent way of doing that. Man, why? Why do I say that? Because, man, if you're doing it right, you got to put love into doing it. So put simply, cooking is a labor of love. And so that's why I enjoy doing it, because I like showing my family love, guys. Time, effort, patience, you know, that's all a part of cooking. So you can't, if you can't put those things in, it's impossible to get a good dish out. So anyway, guys, we're getting ready now to throw a little bit of seasoning into our pot. Keep my seasoning profile simple for this, guys. All I'm going to put in here is some minced onion powder, or minced onion flakes, I guess this is what it is. And I'm also going to put in some garlic powder, some smoked paprika, and of course some slap your mama. Nothing else is really needed, and really I only put about maybe 2 teaspoons or so at best of most of those things in. Maybe a little more than that with the slap your mama. I always go a little heavier handed with that. That's really where I get my salt and my spiciness from, and using that. And so yeah, there you go. That's really the only thing that I use to season up that broth up. And I also added a couple of extra chicken bouillon cubes in there as well. I think I used about 3 or 4 of them to be correct. So anywhere in between between there, 2 to 4 cubes would be fine. And again, that's again, guys, most of you understand that those things are stylistic choices. So, you know, do what you want to do, change it up. And as I'm looking at myself throw that garlic in there, yeah, maybe that was more or less maybe 2 tablespoons or so. There you have it. That's all that went into that pot. And so there was nothing really special about that. Use a little more, a little less, you know, in your case scenario, or you can use your own seasoning profile. You understand that, you know, again, this is where that love for cooking comes in, you know, and what your taste buds tell you. You know, when I watched my videos and wanted to see how people made their dish, you know, of course, you always run into 100,000 different people that has done it a million different ways. But the point of the videos for me, or for those, you know, that really, you know, approaching these videos from a love of cooking, is to just get an idea, you know, and then from there, you know, you're probably seeing things right now that you know, like, oh man, you know what would be good instead of that bacon? Man, I'm gonna cut up some smoked sausages and I'm gonna throw that in there. See, you know, and that was an idea of mine to go, you know, and try for this this particular goal in making these beans. But you know, man, those sausages was looking so good, we just pulled them things off the grill and we ate them like they was. Made a little mac and cheese, kids and I and my wife, we had some delicious smoked sausage. Y'all seen it. So guys, we got the bacon in the pot, or in the skillet. And so now we're just going to do what we do best. Fry that bacon down. I took you through it, you know, I zipped you through it a little bit. You see it's getting a little more golden in that shot there, but we're just doing what we do. We know you guys know how to cook bacon out there, and so all we're doing is browning it. Browning this bacon down so that we can use that nice, fabulous grease that comes off that bacon. And the people that know how to cook, they already own it. They like, oh, he finna put those vegetables in that bacon grease, and he finna create magic there. And for the people that said that, pause this video, like, share, and subscribe right now, because we think alike. We on the same page. We on the same frequency, you know? And so if that's the case, there's no reason for you not to be subscribed and a part of this family. But guys, yes, that's exactly what we're going to do. We are going to get all our bacon out of this pan, and then we're going right on in, putting our vegetables in there. Absolutely right. Now that I got that bacon done, I'm finna go ahead and I'm going to get my beans going. I kind of fast forwarded here, guys, to my next step, because really, in all honesty, guys, I should have, and what I really tried to do on my first run, what I did do is I had my neck bones and my beans really soaking, you know, at the same time. I did that, I did that so that, you know, the hour that you got to have your beans soaking and the hour that you got to have your neck, or that I wanted to have my neck bones cooking, that it would sync up perfectly in time to where, you know, I'd be ready to go right into the next step. So I had my pot on the smaller aisle for a while, and it took a little longer than expected. And so I ended up putting my pan to the side and waiting and getting this rolling before I went ahead and went to the next step, because I needed to go ahead and chop down my celery anyway. So this is where we are in the video. So we are going to now cut up this celery. And guys, I'm not a big celery fan. I just, I put a little bit in there. I do that because, and I guess I could have put more, because really, you know, when you throw these things into the midst of all the other things that go into your vegetable blend and the dish itself, I can't even lie, you don't even taste it. It gets so soft and it's just so good that you don't even realize you're eating celery. So to each their own though. Put more celery in if you desire. For me, I just did 2 sticks. Now I'm putting in the peppers, or going in with the rest of the Holy Trinity, shall we say. I'm putting in those peppers, I'm putting in those onions, and I'm going to go ahead and throw that celery in there as well. And so you know how we do it. You know, we just go ahead and we saute that down into that bacon grease. And when we get our vegetables, for me, to a little bit of I want them nice. I really like to get my vegetables in this point pretty darn soft. And although you don't have to go to that extent, because again, guys, it's going into the crock pot. These beans are going to cook all night long. So really, you know, you could have went directly from the bag into the crock pot if you really wanted to go that way. But again, for me, I wanted to doctor it up. I wanted them to cook in that bacon by itself for a while, or that bacon grease for a while. And, you know, from there, you know, throw it in the pot, and then get that really good resolve of that, you know, that pork bacon-ish, you know, that bacon essence, shall we say. But you can tell right here that my pork neck bones have boiled for an hour, and they are done. And all I'm going to do now is throw a little seasoning, actually the same seasoning that I put in my chicken broth. I'm now putting in my vegetables. Again, it's just about consistency right there, guys. Again, maybe you got a different method or whatever, but for me, that's all I'm doing is staying consistent with how the flavor profile that I went with in my actual pot with my neck bones, guys. And so this is all the same things went in, although I did go, I guess, another notch here, right here where I went ahead and used the fresh minced garlic. So and since I was sauteing vegetables up, I really wanted to, you know, although I didn't want to necessarily fool with the whole garlic cloves, I went ahead and bought the minced garlic so that I could throw that in. And I would usually like to throw garlic in towards the end, guys, of me cooking down my vegetables, especially when it's minced down like this. I like to throw it in there in the last, you know, for sure 5 to 3 minutes or so of me cooking down my vegetables, because I want to make sure that, you know, that garlic aroma just kind of bursts through the dish and not get hidden in all the other, you know, things that you got going on there in that holy trinity. So of course there, you know, I'm just letting that, you know, go ahead and finish up. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and get my neck bones out of the broth. And here's where I changed it up a little bit again, guys. The last time, from this standpoint, I took my neck bones and I really just placed them in the crock pot to cook overnight with the beans. And of course it came out fire. Of course y'all seen the pictures of the in the video of the first one, that's why we're here now. But one thing that I didn't like in particular, especially in the regards of my young kids eating it, is that I didn't like all the small neck bones, you know, because again, it's gonna cook till it all falls off the bone, guys. And so I didn't like all the bones that was through it, and you really had to be careful eating it like that. And that's anybody, not just kids. You have to be careful eating it too. And for something that was so delicious, just didn't want to have to choke on something either. So I shredded the meat off the bones and then I put it into the pot this time. The only other difference I did from first time to last time, or this time. So there you have it. We in a pretty good state here. We got the neck bones pulled out. There's that good looking broth right there. You got that good golden color to it now, guys. Rolled on that, you know, cooked that smoke out of that meat. And you got your beans sitting there just finishing up the soak. Guys, like I said, I used the method of boiling my beans for 10 minutes and then shutting them off, taking them off the heat completely and letting them sit there and soak for an hour. So from there, guys, it's all about just going ahead and throwing that whole mix together. And so you see me take my vegetables out, I put them in a colander, let the oil drop off of that. Now I'm just throwing the broth in. That's all I did. I poured half of my chicken, or not my chicken broth, guys, but my pork neck bone broth in there, getting ready to pour the rest of it in. I thought I heard a bone hit, and so that's why I was sweeping through with my spoon there. But it was all good, guys, and nothing was in there. And so now I'm just pouring all the rest of that broth in there. And guys, you can pour every drop of it in. It's, you know, it should be all right. Again, you know, if it's going to be too much, if you're worried about it being too much, pour half of it in there and then pour your beans in and pour all your other stuff in. That way you ain't overflowing your pot. All right. So we got that in there. Now we're going to go ahead and throw these beans in there, but you got to drain them off. And so that's why I put them in this bowl here. And I just wanted to make sure that I didn't throw any, you know, in more water from these beans in here than what I wanted to. I actually went ahead and poured most of that water off down the drain before I went ahead and put it in the colander here. I knew that I was going to get a little bit of water off of it because I didn't use the colander over there over the sink. I just poured off a little bit. So again, I just wanted to keep a little bit of water just in case I needed to bring the level up on my crock pot just a little bit. That was my only logic in doing that. And of course, it would have been with the water that of course had the you know, cooked in the beans cooked in it rather. So it's bringing flavor to the dish is the logic behind that. So both are all the beans are in. And all we're doing is just giving them a good stir there. Already looking good, ain't it, guys? It's all coming together now. So this is where I told you guys that I went ahead and I deboned my meat. I just took the time to go ahead and get the bones all out of the meat, guys. That way, as I said earlier, I didn't have to bring junk into my pot, guys. I just wanted to be able to, and for the family to be able to just go in and enjoy this meal, not, you know, have a mouthful of cornbread and beans and some of that smoked meat in your mouth, and then all of a sudden you chomp down on something hard. Oh man, that ruins a good bite, don't it? It really does. So here it is, guys. You see it's all shredded up. It's going in there nice. Oh man, look at the color on it. It's just amazing, guys. I can't say it enough. This time, you know, over the first time that I made it, I won't make it any other way, you know. So there you have it. So got those vegetables going in, and all it's about now is just putting all your ingredients into the crock pot and getting it mixed up really, really well. It looks so good already. It's already smelling amazing. And so, yeah, really all the work has been done. Now you're just going to put it in the crock pot and let all these flavors marry together. Just work that mixture around, making sure that you get everything from top to bottom of your whole soup mixture. Man, look at that. And so from here, you know, all we have to do now is just continue adding those ingredients in. We only got a couple other things to add. And so we're just going to keep progressing right on along until we get all of those ingredients into the crock pot. And then we'll put it on low and slow, and we'll let this thing roll through the night. And I say we let them cook for 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours. And yeah, I know for us, 8 hours tops. 8 hours seem to, it produces an amazing product. So I don't know if other crock pots operate at a different heating range or whatever, but for this particular one, 8 hours, and really, I guess at 6 hours it was done, because when we got up in the morning, which was about 6 hours later, I got up and we tasted, and it was amazing then. So you could have cut it off then, but I went ahead and let it roll for another couple hours as we got the cornbread going in the morning. And yeah, I just say that 8 hours tops, it's just fine. Anything between 6 to 8 hours then. But yeah, here we go. We're just adding in those ham hocks, and I put those ham hocks in whole, and I just go ahead from there and add in all the bay leaves that I'm going to have in this mixture. And so I'm pretty sure I used somewhere in the neighborhood of about at least 4, yeah, and then probably somewhere 4 to 6 bay leaves, guys, is what I use. And so you just want to get those put in and mix those around in there as well. And man, just as you mix those bay leaves around, it's amazing what bay leaves add to this mixture, guys. So I don't advocate that you skip out on the bay leaves. I really think that those are really what I would call maybe even the secret ingredient behind all of this. Bay leaves really do bring that extra touch to it. So I really hope you guys are enjoying this video. We're right about the end of this now, guys, and all I wanted to really say, guys, is that, man, take your time, have fun making this dish, and really enjoy it with as many of your loved ones as you possibly can. If you make it anywhere close to how I made it here, you're guaranteed a bomb dish, guys. So go ahead, get in that kitchen, go to the grocery store right now if you have to. I mean, look at it right here. Man, and here it go. I'm just throwing those bacon chunks in there now, and you can't tell me that don't look good. You can't tell me it don't look good. So we're going to just throw this bacon in. Again, we're going to mix it all in, and we're going to let it cook low and slow all night. I didn't show it on this video, but in the morning, after it's all said and done, I pull those ham hocks out, and I pull that big fat skin layer off of those ham hocks and break those down too, guys. I broke it down off of the bone, and I only put the meat into my soup. So there you go. You know, that's again, that's the only other thing that I would recommend that you do. Some people eat that skin cap, and again, it may be good to them. And if you like that, go ahead, leave it in, and you can go at it just how you got it there. But by now it's morning time and everything is done. So we went ahead and threw that cornbread in, guys. This is Krusty's honey cornbread from Walmart. We cooked it just as it's directed on the box. Only thing I did different is I mixed up some honey butter from some local honey I got from my man Dupree's Honey. You know, so other than that, that's the only thing that I've done different here is I just mixed up some of that and threw it on there and wiped and rubbed it on the top. Man, there it is. Beautiful dish, ain't it? Look at it. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for watching.
Hit that like. Hit that like. Love over everything. Hit that like. Love over everything.